So I'm attempting to build a forest, essentially, a forest corridor. This is based on the film Totoro, My Neighbour Totoro, the Ghibli animation. So I've built the big tree up here, and a little temple here. And if we look down this cave, we can see the little guy down in here. Hello there, fella. Hello. So yeah, I spent a long time, hours actually, looking for the right planet. It does have storms occasionally, but I wanted to recreate the scene when Mae finds the Totoro for the first time. So eventually I'll be building the house, a replica of the house down on this flat part. But she goes through a tunnel of vegetation at the beginning, which I'm using these as a kind of tunnel so I can mount these plants on top of them, and then down here I'll build the house eventually. That's the plan. So I'll probably be using probably 1,000 parts just for trees, so it's going to take a while. Yeah, shame about the storms though. Yeah, well, luckily there's plenty of artwork to get reference from. But yeah, the little shrine turned out pretty well. It's putting like that little bit of moss on the roof is helps to sell it a little bit. And there is actually a little thing inside there that you can't actually open the doors, but you can peek in there, and there's a little blobby statue. It's an ice statue that's illuminated from the inside with a blue light. But yeah, just those little things like putting the foliage on there, and helps to kind of sell it as being something old. And they're just floor panels shrunk down. It's all free placed. That's I supersized this tree using the glitch, but yeah, it has massive collision issues, so I had to build everything first around the tree, put the roots in there. They're just those plants with big roots on them. And the tree went in last, but this bloody thing, I still haven't got it quite right. So I'll have to just tweak it eventually. I want to try and get it as snug as I can, but it's been a few hours trying to get it so it sits just nicely. But I have to build this thing first, and then try and get the tree to fit. But at this scale, it's not easy. That's right. There's no rush. But this tunnel's coming along pretty nicely. I'll eventually decide what I'm going to do with the lighting. I probably won't leave these giant lanterns, but I'll probably need something just to guide the players up through this way. And then, yeah, well, these are all the rocks that are free placed, so creates a bit of a tunnel, a bit of fungi. And so, yeah, this was a naturally occurring sort of hole in the ground, which is what I wanted to try and find. But I had to place all this, the foliage all had to be placed. So that's all me It's just a bare rock. Actually, yeah, there's a layer of rocks under there too, which just to bring it up to the right level. But yeah, it's pretty cute. But I want to try and get the house as accurate as I can as well, so hopefully I'll have enough parts. So I've started at the top of the hill and doing this part first. And then eventually I'll, if I have enough parts left, I'll build the house at the end, but a lot of these are supersized grasses and things to make them look a bit... I just didn't want to be able to see too much of the outside when you're walking past, so a lot of it is kind of there just to hide the sky. It's like these here are supersized plants, but you can see they start getting a bit funny when they get too big, but it's alright. Luckily this planet has lovely rocks to begin with, but I really wanted to find a planet which had the right colour palette of the Ghibli, kind of that green lush Ghibli green, which I managed to find. This is pretty beautiful looking place, and it looks like the animation, that sort of that colour that he uses. But yeah, so there's a lot of plants that I've had to place, but yeah, coming along. When it's daylight. It's from Nausicaa, not from Totoro, but that's alright. Yeah, so with these things, to create this tunnel, I'm just using this looping grass. Yeah. Like I said, it took a long time to find this place, but and then I was actually looking for a planet to do this on before the Worlds 2 update, so I basically had to start again my search because the planets are all changed. So fun times. But luckily these ruin parts don't have a much of a collision issue, so I can actually delete them, and the stuff doesn't disappear. Yeah, it definitely wasn't as bad this time, the reset. I was the same actually. Wasn't too bad, but yeah, it still was. Some of the planets changed that I'd actually sort of flagged for this base. It was more about just finding somewhere nice and flat where I could build a house, and then also looking for a natural cave at the top of a hill for the actual Totoro thing as well, which took a long time. Plus getting the right green and all that sort of stuff. So interested to see what the bone means. The new emoji from Sean. Be interesting. Not sure what that's going to be. Yes, laborious is my middle name. Spaces. Why I do it to myself, I'm not too sure. Yeah. And to their credit, at least they're still adding new stuff. I kind of thought they might have given up by now, but I'm glad, of course, I'm glad they haven't. Sure if that's going to be acceptable or not. We'll see. Might just go ahead and save that, I think, before I... It's actually probably closer to go to my ship, isn't it? It's not too bad. Yeah, it's not one of those bases you really want to look at from the outside. It's more of just a first-person thing. In the film, it's not all dead. There is like foliage leaking through this thing, so I have to try and figure out a way to add some leaves. So it's a little bit green in there, it's not just all brown. Oh my god. Might be easier to do it from the inside, maybe, we'll see. Yeah, as do you, sir. What do you want? Rotate him a bit to break up the monotony. All about the monotony. Don't want to overdo it though, but should it be daylight? If I can see what I'm doing. Thanks, man. Thanks for dropping by. This is probably, you can see why now I haven't had time to get to your ship to add some bits and pieces, but I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with the engine and stuff you were talking about. Finally the sun's coming up. Wish I could just get it a bit further back in there, but it's not going to go, is it? It's a bit janky in third person, that's the only problem with the space. Yeah, okay, cool. Have you put any pics on Discord yet? Cool, I look forward to seeing that. There's a sucker for a Leviathan. Coming along. Yeah, the problem with all these trees is it does block all the sunlight, which is a bit of a shame because this greenery is pretty beautiful when the sun's on it. Yeah, the sunlight only sort of just gets down in here. Bit gloomy. Anyway. That's the full sunlight. Don't want to go too overboard with the foliage in here. So it's more wood than leaves, I think, if I remember correctly. It's messing with my head. Sorry about that. Anyway, I might end the stream here actually. I've got a few things to do today. I had a couple of hours off, so to go back to reality. Just wanted to give people a bit of a glimpse at what I was working on. And yeah, maybe catch you next time. Thanks very much, guys. I'll see you later.